Hey guys, welcome to another video. We're taking a trip down memory lane today. I'm going to show you my picks for the 10 most memorable games in 1v1 history. So these are just individual games. I'm going to show you bits of them, but if you want to see the entire series or you want to see the entire game for any of the 10 that I'm going to show you in this video, then just check the description. We'll put all the links to these videos in there. Let's get started with my number 10, most memorable Rocket League 1v1 game of all time. You're going to hear me twice here, hopefully not too confusing.
To pick up small pads.
It's Khaled versus Jorias. This is from the first match that they ever played.
He has so much space, but Jorias knows well.
And it's a best of 7. Jorias winning 2-1
and have a chance of scoring
in games and 6-4 in goals.
Limiting.
Oh my goodness, what a save. The fact that Khaled saves that
save by Khaled, actually.
to keep the game alive, it's insane. And I mean, this wouldn't be in the most memorable games.
Like it was going to be a routine finish for Jorias.
Unless something else happens. I think you can, even those of you who've not seen this will know what's about to happen.
And he scored with 1 second left.
He did score with 1 second left, that's right.
Goal here, this would be the most ridiculous comeback that I've ever seen.
It would, yeah.
He's going to go for a delayed approach.
Yeah, there it is.
You have got to be kidding me. Khaled has somehow found a way to score with 1 second
Crazy.
left
Absolutely
on the
crazy.
clock.
So that's why this game for me is so memorable. These guys
is unbelievable.
I'm gonna pause it there actually because I'll let you guys go and watch the overtime on the original video if you want to find out what happened. This is from just over 2 years ago, no, just under 2 years ago, I believe. Let's check. It's March 1st, 2020. So just under 2 years ago. First time that these two played on my channel. I won't spoil the result since this is the middle of the series, but they've had so many insane matches since then, so many insane games. Always incredible to watch them play. But this for me is the one moment that when I think Khaled and Jory is this moment here. How did Khaled come up with that? I don't know. So that's my number 10 for most memorable games. Let's get into number 9. And we're going even further back in time here. This is March 20th of 2017. 2 1v1 legends, Devo and Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak is winning 3-2 in a best of 7. And he's winning 6-1 in game number 6. So let's see what happened next.
6-1 is the score.
Looks like I used to have my camera on that
Devo?
side of the screen back then.
Right.
And what is this overlay? There's just stuff all over the place.
Coxer.
There's stuff all over the place. I think this is when Twitch released a bunch of Sellout Boy donated 10 bucks. Yeah, it definitely looks like Sellout Boy with this overlay. I remember Twitch introduced a bunch of new functions. This is shortly after bits became a thing. We have a prize pool donation bar. What is that in the bottom? I think that's some kind of bits related thing as well. We've got two bit related things on the screen. Good thing we got rid of those. Although nobody donates bits anymore.
There's one on the net, inside of the post to the rescue.
Oh, I forgot about that actually. Well, this is even more memorable than, maybe I should say maybe not as memorable because I forgot that part, but yeah, this entire game. So Devo scored 1 goal. We're going to watch a bit longer of this one. See what Devo gets up to here.
The 20 seconds have gone and Devo is yet to score. Make that 25. Clock is not working again, or is working against him right now.
Yep, got that one right.
Despite the fact that he's getting bullied,
Devo
is staying relevant.
These guys also played some really insane matches through the years. Devo and Fairy Peak. Very entertaining matchup. Fairy Peak actually said in, I can't remember if it was an interview that I did with him or if it was in an interview someone else did. But on his experience playing against Devo, he says that, oh, that touch is not ideal for Devo, is it? He tried to go for the double demo. But yeah, so Fairy Peak said about Devo that when you play against Devo in 1v1, you kind of just have to sit in your net and see if he pops off or not, because you have no idea what he's going to do. Devo just makes it up as he goes. Very, very fast-paced, very explosive offense. And, you know, if he hits his shots, especially back then, there's nothing anybody could do. He was undefendable. However, he did, you know, miss occasionally, and that would give free goals. So he's either popping off and scoring, or he's messing up and you get a free goal in the counter-attack.
Will go off the wall because he knows he has to take.
Yeah, I think you guys know what's going to happen. Even those of you who weren't around to watch this one or haven't gone back and found it on my channel from 5 years ago.
Likely
You can see what's happening here. You know what's going on.
5 seconds remain.
Down by 5, now only down by
Another
2.
diagonal face-off. Will Fairy Peak try any shenanigans?
Now, 5-goal comeback isn't the biggest comeback that my channel's seen. I think we've seen a 6-goal comeback, and we've even seen a 7-goal comeback
Hook shot.
between Rob and Growly.
Over the top of
But,
Fairy!
you know, at this time, this was by far the biggest comeback in a series of this magnitude. A series between two complete world-class players. You'd rarely see a comeback of more than 3 goals. There was a couple of 4s. Devo going for the 5-goal comeback while
tries to rip a long shot
on Fairy Peak on match point. Devo spots him off the line. My microphone's really
long shot accuracy that has been missing
so bad back then. This is an old microphone I'm using. This is not good for casting. More of a podcast mic. We had to switch that one out.
Rips it. Bottom corner, but Fairy is not done.
Oh, he doesn't have enough boost. This is back in the days where
what a game. We're going to
you couldn't actually see the boost. Like there's no boost in Spectator. You had to guess if someone's boost starved.
Chapter in this story.
Which was kind of a fun little mini game you could play while you're casting. Look at this though.
Doink to the post. So close. Devo nearly
Yeah, sometimes 2 players would drive over the ball, the boost I mean, and you wouldn't know which one got it because you have to wait and see who boosts, and then you know who got the boost. Yeah, not long after this, I think Psyonix did add boost to Spectator, and it made casting a lot easier.
And another game on top of that.
Try to guess whether people are boost starved or not was not easy.
It's Devo versus Beanbo. Fairy Peak
Devo versus Beanbo. Just as I say that, Fairy Peak beans it massively, and it looks like he's out of boost because he's flipping in a position he would not flip. He misses the boost on respawn. He was a bit too early.
Tie game, tie series.
We'll pause it there. Devo, he gets a 5-goal comeback against Fairy Peak. These guys, just like Kyle Jarias, they played so many amazing matches against each other over the years, but this is the most memorable game from any of their matches. Devo getting a 5-goal comeback by one of the most impressive comebacks of all time, and one of the few of this number at this level of skill. But let's get into number 8 of the insane matches. And okay, some of you might have thought that I'd put this one higher, but this I'm going to put at number 8 because there are just so many unbelievable games over the years. But this is actually Rettles versus Sharif from 12 Titans qualifiers. Sharif trailing by 3. And this is a best of 1. So this is it. Grand final, best of 1. You know, if you take the context of where this game is, it would probably be a bit higher. But because of the just insane drama in some of the games higher up the list, I will put this on lower. In fact, you'll see that this one is interchangeable with the one that follows, but I'm putting it first for context. This is the first time that I casted Sharif versus Rettles. Best of 1. Rettles was up 5-2 with not a lot of time left. Sharif gets 1 goal. He messes up his flick, and at this point I'm thinking when I'm casting this, that's GG. But Sharif, one thing that he just refused to do is rotate. He just keeps going. Look at that. Turns a little, not a lot of boost. Lets Rettles get the boost. Actually, I think bumps him on the back wall. And floor pinches it in to be only down by 1. And Rettles in a best of 1 grand final. This is way back before Rettles was a Pro 3s player. Nerves are high. He double jumps on the kickoff. And Sharif grabs the boost in the back corner. Rettles out of position. Turtles in the equalizer.
Sharif has done it.
Yeah, unreal.
I said we needed a bean of epic proportions. Well, that'll just about do it. Rettles with a single jump
that'll be
on the
sufficient.
Opens up the opportunity, and Sharif does not disappoint.
Yeah, completely unforgettable game. Every game in this list is unforgettable, but
and we are all tied up.
This one, the entire sequence, I remember almost exactly what happens. Look, he just doesn't go back. He doesn't ever leave. He's just attacking. And now look at this. Rettles, open net. He misses it. Would he have scored with a double jump? Maybe. Drama and all-time high. Winner of this qualifies for 12 Titans. Again, like I said, the context of this, if you're just going off the most important games in 1v1 history, this would be higher. He's turning again. He just doesn't leave.
Single opportunity. Boost
yeah, poor Rettles, no boost.
And this might
Sharif
with the shot
manages to get the goal. Crazy.
One of the best comebacks I have ever seen.
It's just so dramatic. I mean, the actual level on display here was nowhere near these guys playing at their best because they were so nervous. And that, you know, definitely
away.
contributed to the drama here, but that's what made this game unforgettable for me. Like I said, I could make it interchangeable with my number 7, which I'm going to get straight into because it's another Retals versus Sharif. So before I press play on this one, let me explain. The first time that I ever saw Retals play Sharif was that game that we just saw. Best of 1, Sharif made 12 Titans from winning that. Retals got nothing. Now, Sharif and Retals in a show match. They actually played, I think, one time before this, and Retals, I think, beat him. I really should. I thought I knew that for fact. Now that I'm saying it, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they definitely had a rivalry because Sharif had that big win over him. Now Retals, again, look at the time and look at the score. This is game 5 of a best of 5. Retals up by 2 goals. 20 seconds left.
Time.
Sharif just dives in, and he's playing the clock really well here.
And the win. Sharif has a very difficult shot, but he puts it in.
Yeah.
This man will never give up. He
didn't know how to give up, really. Okay, there you go.
Look at this from Sharif off
There's
the
the other
backboard.
Johnny boy.
One touch and a second one. Goal of the series. But
incredible. Double tap off the back wall from Sharif. Retals didn't think he was putting that on net. These days, I think a goalkeeper would pre-jump for that. Not back then. And another kickoff goal, just like in the previous game we saw.
How has this happened?
Yep, Sharif got it again. He got another comeback against Retals. These games, like they for me 7 or 8. I think if I was gonna put them, really the real number 7 most memorable would be the previous game that we saw, but we have to watch them in this order. And he misses.
And into overtime.
So much rubbish, just like in the last game as well. This was so scripted. They played another game and it went exactly like the previous one.
Rushing the kickoffs.
And kickoff goal.
Sharif has done it.
Rettles out of here. He must be so tilted at that one. He had this. He had the previous one as well. He should have had this. But yeah, these games are unreal.
20 seconds left. He's on the backboard.
Poor Retals, man. You know, sorry to do it to him, to put 2 losses in the most memorable games of all time, but these are just some of the most scripted games ever. You know, I put them in this order for context because that is the order that they did happen in. But definitely the previous one was, I think, more memorable because of the situation it happened in. Yeah, April 25th, 2018. The previous one is December 2017. So just about 5 months between these two. And per Retals, Sharif just too clutch, too good at playing really aggressive at the end of games. No fear, not waiting for a golden opportunity, just going and seizing it with both hands. Really well played. But okay, let's get into number 6 most memorable game. This is Astral and Khaled, and the situation.
And now you're
5-0 in game 5 of a best of 5.
Or else it's lower
but
bracket for
more
you.
than that, Astral's actually in the
for
process
Astral.
of reverse sweeping Khaled right now.
Khaled still relying on the bounce dribbles.
Khaled was up 2 games to 0. Now Astral's beating him in game 3 and 4, and he's 5-0 up in game 5. So it's all Astral. All the momentum's on Astral's side at this point. And we're seeing if Khaled can come back for 5 goals down. There's a bounce dribble, of course. And another one. Another one is the chat saying everybody used to spam that whenever Khaled scored back in the day.
For Khaled, look at me, I'm even saying it now. I didn't even mean to. It's just in my head.
Yeah, so we had the Fairy Peak Devo 5-goal comeback, or Devo versus Fairy Peak. Now, Khaled versus Astral. This one in a qualifier. Winner of this, oh, what a save.
That is an unreal save by Khaled. He has just cancelled the bump with a dodge.
It's mad. So yeah, Khaled actually held his dodge. Astral bumped him, but Astral dodged immediately. Wait, Khaled dodged straight away to cancel the bump.
If it had not been
flip back into the ball and scores. So ridiculous stuff. Fruity in chat saying bumps are working. I believe the bump did work. Astral got a bump on him, but he wasn't supersonic, so it didn't count as a demo. It was just a bump.
And now look at the clock.
Khaled dodged into the ball.
From 5-0 to 5-4.
And look how quickly this happens.
Still over 2 minutes left.
Khaled was just
perfectly placed volley.
Complete ice in every matchup. He was undefeated on my channel at this point.
Khaled had too
Winner
much
of this
power.
makes Salt Mine.
Is he going to play this one early? Yes, he is.
Loser has to go to lower bracket. They did both end up qualifying.
Oh, can he reach it? Yes, he
5-5,
can.
just like that.
And he's already tied it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to skip ahead here because this one is still 2 minutes to go. But let's just skip through.
A different end
so we do see.
And what's the result? We're still tied
Khaled
up.
just
Khaled
bounce
though,
dribbling his way to more
bounce
goals.
dribble. Just
And,
as
you know, I'll actually, just like I did with the other one earlier, I'll leave it at that. But, yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous from Khaled, from Khaled against Azrael. Turning around the momentum of the series. He just lost 2 games and goes 5-0 down. Azrael's popping off. He can't do anything wrong. Khaled just starts bounce dribbling. And super efficient. Look at that. It's 1:26 in the clock. He scored 6 goals in like a minute, I think. I could never forget this game, as it just showed the resilience of Khaled. Just like the number 9 Devo versus Fairy Peak, 5-goal comeback while your opponent's on match point. Just really, really impressive. But we've got another one here, just like the Sharif Rettles drama. I've got another Khaled Azrael game coming in at number 5. This is from Salt Mine 2. So that was a qualifier for Salt Mine 1, I believe. Or was it? Was it Salt Mine 2? No. I can't remember. I don't remember what qualifier this is from. Let's check the date. This was 2019, December. This is 2020. Okay, so this was a Salt Mine 1 qualifier. Now in Salt Mine 2. So they played each other in Salt Mine 1 quals. Salt Mine 2, half a year later, Azrael and Khaled meet again. And
great first
this time it's in the main event upper
Has he
semis.
got the reset? You bet he does. And that is unbelievable.
And notice the quick chat here. Azrael.
do this.
So what Azrael's been doing this game is trying to tilt Khaled, because Khaled is just, he's actually a guy who's known for quick chatting in ranked. So Azrael's trying to get him to engage in that quick chat battle. I'd love to see that from Azrael. He triple what saves him here. And he's been spamming the quick chat all game.
You cannot stop
And
this now.
Smellsworth and I, who were casting this,
Oh my
we were under the assumption that Khaled must have his quick chat off because he didn't reply. We thought he
Just
might have, because there was
unbelievable
definitely
stuff
some
by
moments
Azrael.
where he could have saved
Consistency
Azrael, or he
of
could
these
have
threats
said
with the
something.
flip resets.
But yeah, I'm going to skip a little bit on this one as well, because I just wanted to show you the context of this game. As we saw Azrael trying
Laser
to
will play later on today.
get Khaled to quick chat against him.
Trying to
Khaled not
exactly
interested.
that, get the top 4 secured. Who's it going to be? What series it is?
Yeah, not the best challenge there by Azrael. And like right there,
wow.
you know,
It's just in.
Azrael says go for it. I think he's like, go for it.
In the
Come on,
game of
quick
chess
chat
that
me.
we've seen here,
Say great pass.
wins off an
Nothing
Azrael
from
challenge.
Khaled. Nothing.
He did not want to put that
Absolutely
so hard
not
off the corner,
interested.
but that's exactly what happened. It's a disaster for Azrael. But
Oh,
Khaled,
yeah, those of you who didn't
leads
watch
by one with
this,
just 16 seconds
what do
to
you
go.
think? Can Khaled read that? Does he have quick chat on?
1v1 savvy in the back quarter there.
What do you think?
Khaled realizing that challenge is going to do nothing positive.
And this
for
is,
him.
he's doing it again.
So frustrating. Azrael
This is so
with the
frustrating
woo.
for Azrael. You've just conceded from this position, and now
Khaled
Khaled
doesn't center it.
No, he's bumped Khaled into the ceiling here. Khaled will recover well, and he's done it.
And
Khaled,
look at this.
the untiltable, has defeated Azrael. There's the triple, what a save! And he leaves! Oh, he had the quick chat on, it's the long game!
No GG!
Yeah, Smellsworth and I, we absolutely lost our minds. Khaled had the quick chat on the whole time, and he just didn't reply until the very end of the game, and then he does it as if to say, oh yeah, I saw that, by the way. Yeah, I saw you trying to tilt me. Didn't work. And now I'm in the final, the upper final. Azrael had to go lower bracket. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So these two have got a very storied rivalry, Azrael and Khaled. Unbelievable games every time they play. Super entertaining. But these two, you know, just like the Sharif Rettles 2 games, these two, you know, you need to see them together to understand why there's such a history there, and that's why for me they're so memorable. But let's get to the top 4. Number 4 is
He's got about
Abjack
24 boosts
Jorias.
here
We're
in
in
the middle.
game
He's gonna take this
7
one
of
back
their
into his
smug
corner,
matchup.
try
And
to
Jorias
stay
Abjack,
safe.
another
Missed the
storied
ball.
matchup.
He bumps Jorias. Jack gets
And I thought that was going to be game over. Somehow Jack saved this.
Oh, no. Jorias hits the ball. Jack hit his ball. He bumps
Jack
the
somehow,
ball.
I don't know if he
He's
missed
not
that
able
open
to
net or
get a
Jorias
shot
bumped
on
him.
net.
This camera angle was hard to
Now
see.
Jorias back in possession of the ball. Jack gets another bump. Neither player able to
I'm
maintain
just like
possession of the
screaming. I
ball.
remember just
It's
screaming this entire match.
madness
This
in
is,
the
I think,
midfield.
the most recent.
Jack starts
Jack
to
goes for the
dribble.
Game
aerial,
from this
but
list.
Jorias, who gets the interception. This defense is insane. Both players just throwing
The whole
everything
series, by the way,
in
is
the ball.
a huge
They've been
mind game
starved
between these
for
two. They know
most
each
of
other
this
so
OT,
well.
but they're
They've
still
played each other so
hanging
many
on, and now
times.
Jack's got the offensive
They go to
play
game
once
7,
again. Has he got a way
overtime,
through? Jorias
minute
says
in.
no.
Both players have made some
Oh,
big
Jack with the
plays
demo on
in
Jorias.
defense.
Oh, the ball bounces too high for him to get
I mean,
an
every
immediate
single
play on
game, and
this.
you should probably check them
He's
all
gonna
out if
go
you're a
for
big
the
fan
air
of
dribble
ones.
bump, the bread and butter.
And he sent it too high. Jorias gets back.
Goodness gracious!
the commentary of this, we were dying.
As it started, but Jack's gonna have to try
Joyous
again.
just goes.
He's got the pop. Has
He hits
got
the bar
finish?
again.
He doesn't have it. Joyous is there. Open net for Joyous. I think he's done it, Matt. I think he's beaten his rival. What a war! What a game!
So Joyous, no, Jack
and Joyous
thought he
with
had the
one of
win
the
there
best-
on that rebound. He didn't think Joyous was going to recover. I'll play it back one more time so you guys can
Joyous,
see
he's got the pop.
right
Has
here
he got
on
the
Jack's
kick's gonna
POV. We don't
Jack
see
has
it on
started,
this.
but Jack's
But
gonna
right
have to try
there,
again.
that bump actually helped Joyous recover because when Jack
It
did
looked
this,
like it was gonna end
he
just
thinks
as
that
it
Joyous is
started, but
way out of the
Jack's
game. Like he pops it over him and he
He's gonna have
thinks
to try
that
again.
Joyous is way out of the game. But Joyous actually manages to get back
He's got the
so
ball. Has he got
quickly
the-
that what Jack thinks is an open net is
He
actually a
doesn't have
defended
it.
net.
Joyous is there.
And that's why Joyous is able to get the win here. Crazy stuff. This whole series was unbelievable. Every single game here came from a crazy series. But this one, the highest level I think out of any of the games seen. It's just over, just over a year ago now. But still, I think the highest level of ones possibly that we've ever seen. Just because of the level of mind games that these guys had on show. It was crazy to watch. Well, let's get into the top three, and I think a lot of you
15 seconds.
who are long-time fans of the channel would have known that this game would be in there. Third most memorable game of all time. Scrub versus Devo. Scrub
He's missed
down by 1. This entire game, by the way, was ridiculous.
Terrible fake
But I'm just going to show you the very end of it.
No reason to fix it.
Scrub ties it with a mind game,
The counter! The counter mind game!
and then
5. We've
Yeah,
so
we-
many disgusting-
we don't have anything
Oh,
happening until 0 seconds, so I'll skip to it.
That's ridiculous, dude. I don't care who wins. These
And
guys
Devo,
both
man.
deserve this.
Oh,
Devo
it's gonna
goes
be
the
Devo.
rebound.
That's Devo.
Get
That's
it
the
done.
World of his own. Devo just in a completely level of his own when it came to double taps back then, and he's doing it in ones as well. He scored a ceiling shot double in this game. This game was ridiculous. It had so many insane moments, but since I've already looked at some longer games, I just thought I'd show the end of this one. But that's number 3 for me. Devo versus Scrub. Scrub actually ended up winning this series, but this game is the only one that people will remember. Just like actually Joyous beat Khaled in this number 10 series, but this is the game that I remember from it. Let's get into number 2. I'll do a summary at the end, but my number 2 is Firewall versus First Killer.
Right now, it's just all first-
Actually, to tell the story of this game, we've already seen one 0-second winner from Firewall. Firewall won Game 2, I believe, of this series with a 0-second winner. And in fact, going back further, he lost, I think, 11-1 or something in the first game of this series. And when I remember, this is the first time Firewall played in my stream. And I'm thinking to myself, I've done him dirty here. I don't know what I was thinking. Putting him on a USE server matchup against First Killer, clearly that's a bit too hard. But it turned out not to be too difficult. He lost 11-1 in Game 1. Then he won Game 2 with a 0-second goal. So this whole series was crazy, but this is obviously the game. This is the most memorable. The final game, he's down by 1.
Killer, but
one
finally
goal.
Firewall gets in the mix.
He's got hardly any
He has
boost.
The ball close to him, but First Killer has
And
all
First
the
Killer's
boost.
doing a great
And
job
he might just
to
run down the clock. This is so smart.
keep
from
it in a
First
safe
Killer.
location.
We're gonna have to see another 0-second goal from Firewall if he wants to win
Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's a decent touch though. Hold
Air
on.
roll shot.
Firewall.
First
He's
Killer
done it!
can't get there. Another
Are you
0-second goal.
kidding me?
This time in Game 5 to equalize
End to end.
after
Pops it once.
being
nails the
completely
shot.
denied chances for ages.
First Killer can't keep it out.
And I don't actually remember how long this overtime is. I think it's a bit of a long one, so we're going to skip here.
Every single
Let's take a
one.
look at how it ends. Quite a long overtime. Really, really tense.
Avoid the demo. Does well. Does Firewall to not get demoed here.
And Firewall's missed a couple of, or missed it a couple of flicks, so
and he is facing his car.
I was kind of thinking at the time, he's got to stop going for flicks.
Another solid back challenge.
Because they're not working.
And then always following through. With
Very
the
hard
left
thing to
flick
hit when you're under pressure.
recover. First Killer is looking nervous. He is hitting a lot of long shots. That says to me that he is not feeling confident.
Yeah, First Killer didn't
with
want to
his
take
ball
risks. He just
control.
hitting
And
the ball
Firewall
forward, trying to get
continuing
boost
to look
steals, trying to
really
get
solid in
pressure, trying
50-50s.
to
Needs to be
wait
so
for a
careful,
mistake.
though. First Killer can rip a shot so
2 minutes
quickly.
OT is so long
If
for
Firewall gives him
1v1.
an inch, he will take this
And look at
series.
this again.
But it's been
Fails
all
the
Firewall
flick.
in
It's
overtime.
got to be
Fails the flick
GG's.
again. I really
Open
think
net
the
for
flick
First
has got to
Killer.
be stopping.
Pull
What a
shot
Pull
save.
shot save by Firewall. No way. It was all over.
That's
But he
game.
pull shots
First can't
Killer
believe it.
into a
He
save.
can't believe it.
And he wins the entire series. This is mind-blowing. Absolutely
Yeah.
mind-blowing stuff.
Firewall says I'm actually going to the bathroom after this goal. It's GG's. He could go, and that's. He just went maybe I don't know. Maybe he wet himself with this goal. Maybe I don't know what he was trying to get at there. But Firewall, crazy comeback king. Just like Sharif, so many late comebacks from this guy, and this game making number 2 my most memorable. Because wow, what an ending, and what a war between these two as well. First killer and Firewall, and. In this debut, I believe. Firewall in his debut. Ridiculous. But yeah, you guys probably already knew what number 1 was going to be the most memorable game in 1v1 history. It, of course, had to be the return of Fairy Peak. The former GOAT. The former, well, still the GOAT. Let me just pause there as he drops to be careful, the legendary chat in the top left there. Fairy Peak, the former best player in the world against the current best player in the world, Khaled. Fairy Peak, coming back from, not retirement, but he said he was not going to be active in ones before this tournament. But then this tournament happened and he thought, I'll give it a go. I'll see what I can do. And here he is, 3-1 down against Khaled in game number 5. 2 goals down, and he hits the flip reset from distance.
And who said Fairy Peak?
He says be careful in the chat. These guys had a ton of respect for each other. I'm sure still do.
Be careful, he says in the quick chat. Not even quick chat, he's typing on.
But we're thinking at the time that's got to be just jokes from Fairy, that he's he's probably accepted the fact that he's not going to win this. Because Khaled was playing so well, so well on this day. Look at Fairy with no boost. He just stays offensive. Double 50-50 win against a player known for his 50-50s.
to lose after such a beautiful goal before.
Unreal.
We've gone
Unreal.
in the complete opposite direction with a double 50-50.
Yeah, to see Fairy Peak come back so long after being at his absolute best and then re-establishing himself as one of the best players is madness. And of course it had to end with even more drama. What a legend. Fairy Peak is the greatest 1v1 player of all time. And this game is his, I think, his best moment. Definitely for me the most memorable moment. And yeah, I know there's more work to do in this series, but that's a good start in game 5 there. So yeah, just to summarize, my 10 most memorable games of all time, we had Khaled versus Jorias. This was game 4 of the first match they ever played. We've got number 9 is Devo versus Fairy Peak, game 6 in a show match. Khaled or Jorias, this was also a show match, by the way. So 2 show matches. And then we have the 12 Titans NA qualifier between Rettles and Sharif, grand final, best of 1. And another Rettles versus Sharif, both super insane games. This time best of 5, game 5 in a show match. So, really, I think the show match would be number 8. But I wanted to put them in chronological order to show this kind of the story and the history between these two players. And then, of course, we had the Khaled Astral games at 6-5, again in chronological order. Salt Mine 1 qualifiers, Salt Mine 2 main event with the ridiculous drama. I think that these are in the right order, even though I did put them chronologically again. Number 4, Appjack Joria's Smug, best of 7, game 7. And then number 3 is that game 1 that Devo and Scrub played, and I think a best of 3 that Scrub won, but Devo won, winning game 1, which just was the most insane game at the time that had ever been seen. I named this best Rocket League 1v1 of all time, and I didn't clickbait my videos. Still don't really clickbait my show matches. So when I wrote this, people knew I was serious. I wasn't joking. Really cool that I got to cast this one with Shogun live from Insomnia. Number 2, Firewall First Killer, Firewall debut, unbelievably dramatic series. This, I think, at the time that I uploaded it, was the most insane series for drama. The 2 0-second goals, 1 to win, 1 to equalize, and a ridiculous save. Still one of the best game-winning goals I've seen ever. And number 1, of course, the legendary Be Careful moment between Fairy Peak and Khaled. So that's my top 10 most memorable games. You can find them all in the description if you want to go watch them, start to finish. And also let me know if you think I've forgotten any games. There are so many other ridiculous games with crazy last second comebacks, crazy last second drama. But yeah, a good bit of variety here between prestigious games and the quick chat, the in-game chat banter. the rivalries as well. You know, two Retal Sharif, two Khaled Astro games. These are two of the most insane rivalries. You know, Jorya's, Khaled as well. A lot of these matchups are extremely. I think all these matchups are extremely tense and very very high level as well. So yeah, if you've got other picks, let me know. But these are my top 10 for now at least. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing with two Johnny boys in a lot of these. Well, all the videos. But thank you for watching as always. Take care until next time, and thanks for watching once again.